The Sexcentric podcast contains explicit language and mature themes related to sex and relationships. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Sexcentric, the podcast where we talk about sex, kink, and non-monogamy. I'm Kari.
And I'm Cousin Dan. Sounding fresher than the last introduction. So this is a recap episode of what went down at Swingathon 2025.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a blow-by-blow, play-by-play. Certain names will be redacted for privacy and consent purposes. We also want to give everybody an idea of what to expect when they go to Swingathon next year, if they are thinking about going, and whether this might seal the deal for them or not. This was our second Swingathon, having gone to the 2024 one. We were among a stalwart of people who go year on year. So the amount of people that you meet that are on their third, fourth, fifth one in a row shows that there is a commitment to this.
Yeah. So this is the fifth year of it running, started in 2020. And there are people there that have been there since the absolute beginning of it. And they're just so excited about it every year because they're like, it gets better and better every year is what they keep telling us. Is every year it's better, every year.
I would be inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Now, we don't like to dwell on the negative, so we're not going to, but we will talk about 2024 and how things have improved in 2025.
Yeah.
This isn't us bashing it. What we will never ever do is account for the behaviour of attendees and level it at the organisers, because having organised events and run club nights and discos...
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get a knob in and it can bring everything down, but it's not entirely the organiser's fault.
Yeah.
If at all.
It's how they deal with it is
Correct.
What matters.
Last year we really enjoyed, with caveats, as I always say.
Yeah. We met some really, really good people last year. People that we're still very good friends with this year. When we arrived this year, we didn't want to take the taxi all the way in because we didn't know if there was a taxi rank and if it would be like ruining privacy or whatever. So we got dropped off at the gate, and immediately I hear my name being called, and I turn around and it's a couple that we met last year, and the woman was like, "Hey, I thought it was you. Like, hop in, we'll drive you in," because they had a big camper van, and we're like, "Oh, great, we don't have to walk now. That's amazing." So, like, we were out of the taxi for, 30 seconds before she started calling my name?
You do get a real sense of friendliness, cordiality, and community with it.
Community is the biggest key there for me.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, nothing is too much for anybody, I don't think.
No, and we will come back to that for when we left Swingathon this year.
So, back to 2024. It was good to great, but there were some holes in the infrastructure that left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
And when we've spoken to people about it, in the run-up to the 2025 edition, we did go, we will be going this year. If they haven't addressed the problems from last year, then we will think again about going for the third time.
Yeah, we would be really, really hesitant to go again if they hadn't fixed the issues this year. So the issues that we had last year started with the glamping tents. So we hired one for the weekend. It was a meter or 2 meters?
I think they were 2 meters smaller than what were published.
Yeah.
But that was because they were provided with the incorrect sizing by the glamping tent provider.
And by the time it was dropped off, it was too late to send them back and get the other ones in. They just didn't have time to do that. Toilets last year were really, really good. Like, I really enjoyed... It was like a trailer with actual stalls in it. And
porta cabin.
Yeah, and like, I've never seen that anywhere. And like hand washing facilities. It was really good. The only issue with them is that they never had toilet paper in them.
No.
People just kept stealing the toilet paper, and then it wasn't being replaced in time.
We actually brought toilet paper back this year because we went to mitigate for the possibility that there would be a lack of toilet paper.
Yeah.
that wasn't an issue this year.
No. The showers last year, there were 2 blocks last year, but when we thought about it again, we're like, one of them was shut down immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't know for what reason. So there was 5 shower stalls for the 700 odd people that were there. So they just couldn't keep up with the amount of water being used. The water coming out was like a trickle. You basically had to hug the pipe as it came down.
I'm not a plumber.
And it was ice cold.
I'm not a plumber, but from what I understand with this system, it requires topping up. It then needs to reach a certain heat.
Yeah.
It then comes up to temperature.
Yeah.
And then the showers are ready.
Yeah.
However, it's just not possible when they're getting hammered as they are. And also, are you familiar with the term a 4-limb shower?
Of what?
A 4-limb shower.
No.
So, the way that these showers should be used is you basically press it once, you do your left arm, you press it the second time, that's your left leg.
Okay.
Press it again, that's your right arm. Press it again, that's your right leg.
Yeah.
So it's an army term for water preservation. And I think that the other problem is that because people are just wanting a nice warm stream consistently what they're used to at home, there is an excessive amount of water usage.
I would agree with that. So, grew up without running water in our cottage, so I'm used to the concept of preserving water. Our showers at the cottage were turn the water on, get wet, soak your hair, turn the water off, shampoo your hair, wash your body, turn the water back off to rinse, and then you're good to go. That's what I grew up with, so that's what I was going with. And I was getting so annoyed, and I actually yelled at the guy next to me because every time his water would stop, he just hit the button again. And I was like, you don't need that much water, mate. You're using everybody else's water.
Moving on from the showers, the other issues we had, there was no identifiable first aid station.
No. I don't think they had one at all. I don't think there was a first aid last year.
There should have been, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. General lack of visible, noticeable security.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, having spoken to the organisers, they were very disappointed with the security last year.
Yeah.
Lack of food vendors.
Yeah.
So at the start of Swingathon last year, there were 2 food vendors, which reduced down to 1 in a very, very short space of time.
But the one that we went to the first day was
Yeah.
like a grill barbecue kind of place. We went to them for our lunch or dinner or whatever. And it was fine. The food was fine. But they were like smoking while cooking.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was awful. And then over the next day or two, every time you looked at their menu, the prices had gone up.
It's a stock market, babe.
Yeah, and I was, yeah, but that's not how
The
this
line
works.
goes up.
People were pissed, so they just stopped going to them. The other food vendor was a vegan one. And the food was really, really good. Even just the vegan food was really good. But once the owner realized that everybody was pissed off at this other place because it was unhygienic and they were ripping people off, she went to the store and got chicken and made like fajita stuff for people to eat that, which she did not have to do.
The amount of money that we put through her stall, her kids could go to university.
Yeah.
'Cause it wasn't the cheapest either.
It wasn't. It wasn't, but it was what we had.
It did, yeah.
And it was good food, so I was fine with it.
The hot tubs last year were not really hot tubs. They were basically large swimming pools. To be fair, it was that hot. It didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But because there was no filtration or circulation, and also the area they were around had those like little rubber pellets that you get in kids' playgrounds.
Yeah.
So they all got raked in. Also, added to the fact that people were wearing a lot of sun protection. Shout out to sun protection.
Yeah, not going to fault them for that.
Created like an oil slick on top. So I think we were part of the first group that got in.
Yep.
I'm glad that we never went back to them afterwards.
Yeah, I did go back at one point with one of our friends.
Okay.
And looked at the water and was like, absolutely not. I'm
It's
not getting
soup.
in that.
It's soup
It
now.
is. I cannot see the bottom of this pool. Absolutely not.
Just a little reward. Good soup.
You're nasty.
The whole setup of the festival last year was basically a triple festival.
Yeah.
So you had OnlyFest, you had FetFest, and you had Swingathon.
Yeah. So OnlyFest was for content creators to go and make content with each other in a festival setting. It was actually cute. Like, it was
From
really
what I
nice to see
understand, it was
them.
a good setup.
Yeah. FetFest, in theory, sounded amazing. But what happened?
The organizer basically texted the Swingathon organizer on the evening before the start of the festival and said, "I'm not coming."
Yeah.
And then chaos ensued.
Yeah. So the festivals, we arrived, I think, at 11 Thursday. One of the organizers picked us up from the train station and told us on the way about all this bullshit that was going on, that they were in a goddamn tizzy trying to sort things for FetFest because the organizer for FetFest had just been like, yeah, I'm not fucking coming, sorry. And that was the end of it. So I'm going to give props to them for doing what they could with it. It was not good, but it was people who were not planning to organize this festival doing what they could in the 12 hours that they had to do it in.
If I was only going for FetFest last year, or I was a stall holder, I would have been incredibly upset and disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it was basically a festival separate to Swingathon, and nobody was in charge.
Yeah.
And then the Swingathon team had to take that on.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, they're swingers, they're not kinky.
They're not kinky.
And I am glad that they recognise that they don't know what they're doing with that kind of thing, so they don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dungeon was rarely open. Like, the dungeon tent was rarely open last year because they had a lack of dungeon monitors.
Yeah.
The
And
shows
the
didn't
thing,
go ahead.
the guy who organized it said he wasn't coming, and then a lot of the people that were coming to run events and demos and stuff also just didn't show up because I guess he messaged them, was like, yeah, it's not happening. So it came down to the few people that were there as guests. I think most of the people that did demos were people who paid to be there, but had enough experience to do a demo type thing.
We didn't really spend that much time on the kink side because we went and it was like, it's a bit of a ghost town.
Yeah.
Except for the Saturday night when we watched Problem Child,
Yeah.
who were phenomenal.
And there's a wax play thing going on at the same time.
Yeah, that was the best in terms of singular moments at the festival.
Yeah.
That was the best. The wax play going on, the absolutely amazing pub band.
Yeah, because I had not done wax play up until that point. I'd always been amazed by it. So we were watching the band, and I just happened to look over, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're doing wax play!" And I like scurried over to watch, but then I was like, the shy little thing on the corner, and the guy doing it is like, "Do you want to come closer?" And I was like, "No, it's okay, I'll stay here."
I think if we're to summarize 2024 with everything that went on, I think that they probably perhaps put too much in.
Yeah, they did too much and didn't do well with most of it.
Yeah. Or they didn't get the basics right, I would say. However, this year, we went with a certain level of skepticism that things weren't have improved. However, we knew people, we're going to have a great time. We would mitigate for any shortcomings in terms of infrastructure.
Yeah.
And we didn't really need to.
No, we didn't need to. I think even the morning of, we were still trying to pack our stuff, and neither one of us had any enthusiasm about going. And I was at the point that I was kind of be like, I don't even really want to go. Like, I really don't care
I
if we
think
go.
we just had a slow start to the day, and it was exactly what we needed. Added to the fact that the Thursday was incredibly hot.
It was.
Shall we start running through? Should we give a chronology?
Yeah.
A brief chronology?
Yeah, a brief one.
So Thursday was travel day.
Yes.
We got to the station, so we're not going to give exact locations because the location is secret. We got to the station, and then it was literally an £11 taxi to the site.
Which was fine. We didn't know if they had a taxi rank, if they had a separate area for cabs to drop people off or not. So we were just going to walk. Got out at the gate. There's security there this year.
Checking
IDs, making sure that the people who were presenting had the same names that were on the list, like that kind of thing. That didn't happen last year, to my recollection.
No, we just drove onto site and then went to registration.
Yeah. So that was really nice. It made me feel a little bit safer right from the get-go.
The other thing is, if as somebody who's run events, if you can keep the problem out, it's 10 times easier than dealing with the problem inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got that right.
Yeah.
Props to them.
Yeah.
Central area was completely fenced.
Yeah.
Higher up as well, especially around the shower blocks.
Yeah. Last year, part of the arena, you could just walk in and out without going through the entrance. And there was just areas that were flat. So if you were standing outside of the arena, you could still see inside. This year, it was fully fenced in, and there were high gates or the toilets or the shower blocks, or there's no way you could see into the arena from the outside.
No.
Which was really, really good in case of intruders.
We should also, when you get to registration, you are effectively in the campsite.
Yes.
And there are people walking around naked already.
Yeah.
At 2 p.m. on
the Thursday.
So when we say clothing optional, we mean clothing optional right from the get-go. There is no defined space when it comes to nudity or sex. It's completely, in inverted commas, a liberated space.
Yeah. Which is really beautiful. I think that's my favorite thing about Swingathon, is that you can literally just get your tits out immediately and nobody gives a shit.
So we talked about security being improved.
Yes.
They seemed like a more professional outfit this time.
Yeah.
They had patrol vehicles, so they were constantly running the perimeter.
Yep.
Excellent, because it basically meant that anybody that was trying to get in without a ticket or just wanting to come and see what was going on, they got caught.
Which did happen.
It happened.
They also had a canine unit, which I was really excited about.
Cool.
I love dogs with jobs. Like, they just make me so happy. But they're also set up just outside the entrance, so that if you're coming in and out, they were checking. You had a wristband this year to say that you had paid, you were allowed to be in. I did see them stop somebody who didn't have their wristband on, but had used it as a hair tie. And they're like, "Oh, do you have a?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's in my hair." She's like, I lost my hair tie, so I'm using it for that." And he goes, "Okay, the next person will stop you. Like, you're gonna keep getting stopped. So maybe try to find another."
And there was a first aid and welfare tent bang next to the entrance as well, so you knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, if you got hurt, like last year, somebody got hurt. I think they just cut themselves, and they're like, "Who do I talk to about this?" This year, there was somebody who got injured on the first night, unfortunately, and she knew exactly where to go.
She knew exactly where to go. She went to the urgent care centre.
Yeah.
And was back on site within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, beautiful.
It worked so well. And she said that they were really, really lovely to her the whole time, helping her out. So.
And also didn't disclose where the event took place.
Yeah,
because
they drove her to the hospital.
Yes.
And they just said at the event. And like, the local area obviously knows what's going on, but they were discreet about it.
Yes. So security that is friendly, discreet, proficient, and also like a stern but loving father, firm but fair. Toilets and showers this year.
Okay, so toilets, I liked last year's toilets better.
But the toilet paper was better.
But the toilet paper was fine. It was there. It was plentiful. It was great.
They were regularly cleaned.
Yeah, so they used just regular like porta potties this year, just regular festival
Which
toilets.
is fine.
You don't go to a festival expecting to have a 5-star experience.
No. The urinals were a nice touch this year.
Yeah.
Cut the queue right down.
Yeah. And there were more toilets this year.
There were more toilets this year.
There was an abundance of toilets, thankfully. And, you know, the ones that you went into that were absolutely horrific, that's not the organizers' faults. That's just people being trash.
Yep.
And not cleaning up after themselves.
But they were routinely cleaned.
Yep.
I think it was twice a day or every couple of hours or something.
I think it was twice a day that they do a full clean. Showers this year. So they did have the 2 blocks working. They were so much better this year.
So much better.
They did have some issues still, but again, it's going to happen. You're going to get, if people are using the water constantly, they're going to run out of water. We got up early in the mornings to go shower about 7:30 every day. We had great water pressure. We had hot water. I think out of the whole time, we only really had one that had water pressure issues.
We had one instance where it was marginally frustrating, but that's because the last few times we've been have been fine.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
By last year's standards, it was still great. So it's fine. And again, you're not going for a 5-star experience. The water has to be replaced. It has to be given time to heat up. It just wasn't getting that.
So this is the important thing. This is a festival with camping involved.
Yes.
If you don't like camping, then you might struggle
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Just it's an event that's not for you.
Or rent a camper van
or
where
rent
you
a
have
camper
your
van.
facilities available to you.
But also, can we acknowledge that some people were not prepared for the fact that it is an predominantly outside event, and weather can play a factor in this.
And it's just a festival.
Yeah. So somebody who has been every year for the past 5 years gave me the rundown on the weather.
Yeah.
This is Char and Bry, who we're going to talk about later.
And we do have permission.
We absolutely have permission to use their names.
They're enthusiastically consenting to this.
So first year 1, hot and sunny, with one downpour. Last year, year 4, really dry and hot, which is one that we went to, and we would agree weather was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little bit too warm in places.
Yeah.
Year 3, cold and damp, and being really muddy between the van and the arena. Year 2 was the year it was so cold that no one got naked.
Oh.
And nobody... And to quote Bry, we didn't do anything until the last night when Char got too pissed to care. So the weather is touch and go because it's the North Midlands of England.
Yeah.
So weather might not always be on your side.
Yeah.
We got very, very lucky last year. Not so lucky this year. Thursday, baking hot. Mm-hmm. Friday, very muggy.
Yeah, less hot, but still very damp.
Yeah, it was threatening.
That weather where you get out of the shower, dry off, and then you're wet again.
Following on from that, Saturday, downpour.
Yeah.
Pretty much up until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then it improved.
And then it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about it was, because it had been so dry, it didn't turn into a mud bath.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, pack down day, fucking terrible weather.
Yeah. I mean, it was cold. It was chilly. It was, spritzing. Wasn't like a downpour or anything, but it wasn't nice. It was nice weather to leave too.
Yes.
And somehow, this is the year that I got burnt. Last year I did not.
No. We also forgot our sun protection this year.
Yeah, we did.
Because we fucked up. Mm-hmm. Okay, final infrastructure point before we get onto the fucking fun part. The food improved massively this year.
Oh my God.
The food vendors were great.
So there was a pizza place.
My favourite.
Yeah, the pizza was really, really good.
Super reasonably priced for a festival. Well, I mean,
in general,
I would pay that in a restaurant. £14.50 for their top line pizza.
Yeah.
Full size 9-inch Neapolitan style job.
Like fire.
Wood fired oven.
Yeah.
Yep, great.
Great pizza. And then there was 2 other food vendors that basically served the same thing, but it kind of everybody kept going to them. So it kind of kept the lines down, which was kind of nice to give you some options. There was a crepe place that was both vegan and gluten-free for those of us with intolerances. Delicious.
You wish you'd had that.
I wish I'd had that every day. I only got it on the last morning because I was... somebody else had said that they weren't great, but she also just doesn't...
Fuck with vegan food.
Yeah, or gluten-free. And I thought it was phenomenal.
I suppose we need to talk about the bar as
Yeah.
well. So, out of all the things that you could absolutely get rinsed on in terms of price at a festival, notably it's the bar. Pint of neck oil. How much is a pint of neck oil on the bar at Swingathon?
This year?
This year.
£5.
£5.25, I think. No, it was
£5 even.
It was £5 for a pint of neck oil. I think Spirit and a Mixer was the same. I don't know how they managed to do it.
It was one of the most reasonably priced bars I've ever been to.
Yeah.
let alone at a festival.
Not even our cheap student bar does £5 for a pint of neck oil.
No.
Also, this podcast isn't sponsored by Beavertown. But also, we didn't drink a great deal this year.
No, we didn't. And we brought some of our own and sipped on them. We definitely drank a whole lot less this year than we did last year.
Yeah. And I think it was a mixture of the temperature and also when we're playing, we don't want to drink a great deal.
Yeah. Although it doesn't make sense to me because this year we kind of went with the intentions of it just being a social weekend, which would imply that we would drink some more. And last year we were going with the intention of playing. I think it's the fact that it was our first time last year. We were nervous, need a little bit of liquid courage.
Because it was literally the second event that we went to as a swinging couple.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we were nervous. And this year we were going just for fun.
Yep. Nice addition that Airstream, the bar provider, also brought their coffee van as well.
Yeah.
And they did very reasonable coffee.
Yeah, and the coffee was really good.
Coffee was excellent.
Really, really good.
What I would like to very quickly do is quickly run down how much we spent whilst we were there. So we always go and basically treat it like a vacation.
Yep.
So you can do this after you've paid for your ticket and your glamping tent if that's the way that you want to do it. You can do this as cheap as you want.
Yep.
People go the whole hog in. If they've got camper vans, they're fully kitted out anyway, but some people brought things like air conditioners, fridges, air fryers. We did not, because we like to pack light, and we were very much in the mindset of we're just going to treat this as a vacation and we will buy everything whilst we're there because we like to chill out.
Yeah.
So totting up everything, and this is from as soon as we stepped in. Bear in mind we took a bit of our own booze. Bear in mind that we bought you a toy.
Yes.
And we bought us a hoodie.
Yes. Daddy smart.
Because I know that if it's for me, it's for you too. We spent £297.
Yeah. So it's all of our food, all of our drink, most of our drink, a toy.
We went toy shopping.
Yes.
And then I bought myself a hoodie from Barrel of Pain. Shout out to Barrel of Pain. Their stuff looked phenomenal. So that's infrastructure out of the way. We spent an unsexy amount of time on it. So we're going to talk about the events, the vendors.
Yes.
And the play.
Yeah.
So the events were great. There were themes. There were fancy dress. Mm-hmm. We got so confused with the fancy dress themes because they did change.
They
didn't change.
They say that it didn't change.
They said that there were casino games, to which everybody essentialized that with, it's a casino theme now? And they were like, no, but you didn't listen, so yeah.
Yeah.
We had a great deal of fun on the Friday night.
Yeah, we did.
We ran around in catgirl outfits. Mm-hmm. I felt very pretty. Mm-hmm. We fucked in the open play field.
Yep.
In our catgirl outfits.
We met a fun new couple.
We met an excellent new couple. H and A, their names will go by. Like within 2 hours, they were back at our tent, and we just thought it was for a social. And then it started getting sexy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, they put moves on us. This is new. This is new to us.
When it first started, I was like, oh, I'm not prepared. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. Great. It was a great time.
It was phenomenal.
So much fun.
Yep.
They're such a hot, fun couple, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them again.
I thought that the arena was a lot quieter than Thursday, but I think that's also because a lot of people went in really hard on the Thursday and then stuck to the tents.
Yep. And there were a lot of people who, when I was talking to on Friday, were like, we're so hungover right now. We got so drunk last night. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, we need to rewind back to Thursday. We got there, set up, went for a wander around, had a couple of bevs, and then went back to the tent and slept until 9:30 at night, got up for 45 minutes, and then went back and fucking slept again. So Thursday, this is the beauty of Swingathon. It can be whatever you make of it. The amount of people that go and they just stay in the tent area and socialise in that, don't really bother with what's going on in the main arena.
Yeah.
And it can be whatever you want it to be. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah. That is the really good thing about it. And like we said about it being quieter, I think a lot of people did stay in the tent area or the camper area because every time we went over to see Sharon Bride, there was like a crowd of people around their tent
Yep.
or their in
It's
their
basically like
gazebo.
little mini socials going on all over the place, and
Yeah.
then a couple of couples will just sort of slink off, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just so fun and everything is so natural there.
I always say it's amazing how little fucking goes on at a swingers festival.
Yeah.
However, I think it's generally speaking behind closed doors because I still think that open play is a big deal for some people.
Yeah, it is.
If you go to a swingers club, the amount of times that the public play area isn't doing a great
used.
deal, and there's a lot going on in the private play areas.
Yeah.
I think that just speaks to it.
Yeah.
Though the orgy tent apparently popped off every night, not that we noticed.
Yeah.
Though when we were fucking in the open air and we were watching,
One of our friends fuck her partner.
yeah, and I went and jangled my cat ears in their general direction.
Yeah, because our cat ears had little bells on them.
Yes. In fact, we can replicate the. It's almost like you were there.
Yeah, they were really, really good because I was getting railed from behind. Dan had taken their ears off. I'd left mine on, so every time I was getting hit from behind, my ears would, everything would just jingle a little bit. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. I love this.
I also know for a fact that those outfits were basically like a force field for the single men that were ogling because I think they just got gender confused.
Like,
it's like there is a bold boy-shaped thing wearing that fucking a girl-shaped that I cannot.
thick bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused by it. I'm gonna go over here instead.
Friday was good.
Yeah, Friday was really good.
We stayed up way too late.
Yep, kept our neighbors
Kept
up.
the neighbours up. We'll come back to that. Saturday was a slow start, but not horrific. It was a fairly chill day.
Yeah.
And then we met up with Char and Bry again.
Uh-huh.
And we knocked something off the fuck it list that we've been wanting to do for ages.
Yeah.
And it was something that Char and Bry are very well versed in. So Char and Bry are swingers and content creators. They've been going to the festival for 5 years. They're very well known within the local swing community, and Char and Bry also have a large following online because they're also open about the type of play that they do and the sex life that they have.
Yeah.
If you need advice on hot wifing, cuckolding, anything like that, drop them a message because they are phenomenal human beings.
Yeah, and their content's really fucking
And their
hot.
content's really fucking hot.
One thing that they've never done
Was a double cook. So it's been fairly open for pretty much our entire relationship that I've fancied the pants off Char.
Yep.
And with good reason.
She's super fucking pretty.
And we kind of came around to the idea that you wanted to get cuckolded.
Yeah.
Or you wanted to be a cook queen.
Yes. I wanted to try it.
We first met them last year at Swingathon 24.
Yes.
And we kept in touch because they're just a lovely couple. Socialised with them outside of swinging, etc.
Yeah.
And then we're like, so we've got an idea. Would you be able to help us with it? And they were like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And it happened. We did a double cook scene. Everybody fucking enjoyed it.
Yes. I just want to clarify for anybody who's... I'm sure most people know what a cuck is. Double cucking is... So it was Dan and Shar were playing.
Yeah.
And then Brian and I were watching. I took on photographer duties. Those are pictures you will not be seeing unless you join Shar's OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can fucking pay for that.
When you go into something new for the first time, there's always a little bit of fear or nervousness, hesitancy. And I was very like, oh God, do I want to be doing this? It was so, so hot. And I was only going to take a few pictures. And I got so into it because you guys were so hot the entire time that I was like, oh, that angle's really good. Oh, you guys look really good in that one. That's really hot. I want a picture of that. And I think there was like 60 odd pictures that I took.
But the one thing that I really wanted to guard against was you having a wig out. Because also, it was around the time that it started pissing it down with rain.
Yeah.
So you couldn't take a 5-minute breather if you got slightly overwhelmed. You were in this fucking tent and you were in there.
Yeah.
So I was nervous. And then when we started, as I always am nervous when I'm playing with somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the look on your face after 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, we're absolutely fine. We've got this. Like,
Yeah.
this is, everybody's into this. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the beauty of like this community and people who are experienced in it is that both you and Shar were like, if you're not comfortable, just let us know and we'll stop. Like everything's no hard feelings. So like I was like, okay, I can stop this if I want to. I didn't want to because also nobody likes to stop your partner's fun. But then when they started, I was like, oh no, I don't need to. This is golden. I love this.
It was remarkable. I had a big grin on my face for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I did the check-in with Char later on, and she was like, fine. We had a big kiss, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
We will definitely be seeing them again.
Yes, I don't think that would have been as good of an experience if it had been with somebody else.
No, I think it's because they were both so seasoned to it that you knew that Bri was going to be fine.
And also, like, for me, like, I'm so comfortable with this couple. Like, they're the sweetest couple. We get along with them really well. There's nothing about them that I felt threatened by. Like, it was very, very comfortable. So,
I mean, we speak to them pretty much every day in the group chat anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, outside of this, we are, so I would consider us solid friends.
Yeah,
and I
like,
assume that
genuinely
they would
good
do
friends.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fucking great.
yeah. So then we took a little nap afterwards. Because I did need to process it. It was a new experience. You have to process things. Took a little nap. We had meant to be playing with somebody else soon afterwards. And I was like, I need to postpone because I really do need to come down.
Yeah.
They were
you
lovely
dropped
about
it
it.
a little bit. Yeah.
I did. So they were perfectly fine with it.
I think it gave them a bit more time to prepare as well.
Yeah. So perfectly fine. Took a little nap. Get up. Went and showered. Came back. Put our costumes on for that evening.
Oh my god. I didn't even get a photograph of me in the full outfit. I
Oh
didn't
my
get
god, we didn't.
because so we got the cat outfits photographs because they were amazing. Actually, surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
And not hot.
I'll be wearing it again.
Whereas the following night, because it was the glitter mask night, I opted for a silver Lucador mask,
Yeah.
which was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever put on my body.
Yeah.
And I've worn like 10-inch heels before. It wasn't suffocating, but it made me feel incredibly claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It was stressful as shit. It was hot.
I was impressed that you kept it on as long as you did.
Yeah, I just had to take it off. But yeah, we didn't even get any photographs.
No, I didn't even realize. The rest of your outfit was really hot, though. So it was a pair of, like, silver hot pants.
And an iridescent unicorn harness. Yeah.
So cute. And then I was just wearing a pair of glow-in-the-dark fishnets and, like, a neon pink.
Body stocking thingy.
Yeah. Yeah, just very simple, very comfortable. Didn't put as much effort in for Saturday night. So then we met up with a couple that we're actually genuinely good friends with already, chatted with them for a bit.
The Mexicans.
Yes.
Our Mexican friends.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Yes.
Who also, we have to give a special shout out because they transported a whole bunch of our stuff so we could comfortably travel on the train.
Yes. And they went camping for the first time.
They did very well.
And they did really, really well.
It was their first Swingathon as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to our friends in Mexico for bringing all our shit in their car.
Yeah, so then we were chatting with them for a bit. You found the couple who we were going to play with, who were actually our neighbors. And one thing I do want to say is that when we got there, the people who had put in the electricity and the hookups had fucked up royally.
They put European plugs in. And
So-
I'm here thinking Brexit meant Brexit.
Yeah, for 4 tents, there were 2 European plugs and 2 UK plugs. So our neighbors had taken one of the UK ones. We obviously didn't have a European converter. So they just let us plug.
Is this a French language show? Do I sound fucking French? Why am I going to have European plugs?
But they were lovely and let us plug in to their tent, which was great. Lovely people.
Also, I'm not going to lie. As soon as we got that, I clocked them. I was like, oh, they're so pretty.
I'm not going to lie. I've been checking them out in the group chat this entire time.
So there is a ginormous group chat that gets very, very hectic in the run-up.
Yeah.
Because my ADHD titration hasn't been going well in terms of mental peril.
Yeah.
I left the group. So I didn't really see a lot of people. I think it's also really important to say that we didn't make any plans for play a great deal this year, whereas we kind of did last year.
Yeah.
And then I think we learned our lesson and we're like, should we just not plan anything and see what happens?
And if it happens organically, great.
And it came to us in abundance.
Yeah, it did. It was great. I don't even think we'd fully planned anything with Shara and Bri, had we?
It was on the cards, but also we know what Swingathon's like.
Yeah.
In terms of scheduling.
Yeah.
Because also, you can just wander off to get a cold beverage, bump into somebody that you know from the scene, and then be chatting to them for 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those where if you go with rigid plans in mind, expect to come away disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan found this couple who were our neighbors as well. We'd been chatting with them. I'd seen them in the group chat several times over and was like, these guys are super cute. When I found out that they were our neighbors, I was like, oh, this should be fun. Like, I think they're really cute. They seem really fun. It'd be nice to chat with them. And I fully expected that to be the end of it. Dan brought them over. Like, at this point, we knew we were going to play with them. But when I was looking at, like, the map of who was where, I was like, oh, it's them. I like them.
I basically channeled the energy of H and A from Friday night and applied it into this because I basically learned that if you go boldly, then you might get what you want.
Yeah. So it worked. They came over, we chatted. There's somebody who I would love to meet with again, even if it was just on a vanilla level.
Yeah.
Like, such a good couple. Had great chats. Found out that they listened to the podcast organically.
I'm going to disclaimer this, right? That was not a parasocial meeting. We found out after the plans have been made that they listened to the podcast.
Yeah, so Dan had made the plans. A couple hours later, we were chatting, and I had said something. We had talked about something in the podcast, and she'd brought it up, and I was like, "Oh, like we talked about that in our podcast." She's like, "Oh, what podcast do you do?" And I said, Sexcentric. And she was like, oh my God, that's you guys. She's like, we already listened to you. And I was like, oh my God.
Also, regular listeners will know the 5 questions we ask all our guests. The last one is always, would you rather have no orgasms ever again, or you can have as many orgasms as you want, but every time you come or have an orgasm, your genitals make the AOL, you've got mail notification.
You've got mail.
And somebody had their aux plugged into their speaker bang opposite us. And every time his phone notification went off, it went, you've got mail. So the first time we heard it, I was like, fuck me, did somebody just come? And I had to go over and explain it to them. They looked perplexed, but I thought it was the funniest fucking thing that could have ever happened.
Yeah. It was so cool. When it happened, I think we were still unpacking.
We were.
And we kind of looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck was that? And Jan's like, somebody just come. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Anyway, Saturday night, this couple chatted for a bit and then went back to their tent.
Conveniently next door to us, so it wasn't a massive commute home either.
No. Great. Had a great evening with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're both super hot.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Excellent communicators. When you're kind of like sending a lot of text messages, you sometimes miss details, especially if you're kind of wanting to get off your phone as quickly as possible because you're socializing and you're communicating. It only dawned on me just as we were playing that it was actually their first time doing a full swap.
Yes. Yeah, and I didn't know that.
I hope they enjoyed their first full swap.
I hope so. Please let us know if you have, because it was really good for us. We really, really enjoyed it, and we hope that you guys did too.
Yes, it was brilliant. One thing that has completely skipped us by, because we're talking about playing with others, is the intentional time that we spent in the marquee doing the lead massage session.
Yeah.
So it happened last year. Last year, the tent was absolutely chocker.
Yeah.
This year, not so much. Fewer couples.
Yeah, it's only 4 of us, I think. Like 4 couples.
4 couples, 8 of us. Last year, I'd probably say there were like 20 couples doing it, at least.
It was a whole lot of people last year.
There were a lot more spectators this year. Now, because as soon as I touch you, you start to get hypnotized.
Yep.
You didn't realise. I felt a lot more self-conscious this year doing it than last year, because we were surrounded by naked bodies last year and not many people were spectating because you couldn't really see a great deal because it was just fucking bodies. This year it felt like everybody was kind of like sat around and watching 4 couples do it.
Yeah.
Still had a great time. This year it was a sensual massage, not an erotic massage.
Yeah.
So Graham last year guided everybody to getting their partner off.
Yeah.
There is something quite powerful about watching 20 women all have probably one of the best orgasms that they've ever had.
In unison.
In unison. This year, it was nice. We had that hour of intentional playtime. I always find when we have that kind of intentional touch time, it grounds us as a couple and it keeps us connected, which then means that there's no feelings of insecurity going into perhaps playing with others.
Yeah, I would agree. I would hard agree, because like I know before we go to events, we have a little cuddle time, and then afterwards we have a reconnection, and that's really important for me. Anyway, it's really, really important for me to solidify us again, because we had a lot of fun with whoever playing with, but sometimes you need to come back to the couple unit, and it makes that, I don't know, maybe this is just me being a little whore, but having fucked other people while you were watching and watching you fuck other people makes the sex between us afterwards so much hotter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of our play outside of us clattering each other in the open field was private this year. There were orgies going on.
Yeah.
Plenty of orgies.
Yep.
The tents this year, the open play tents this year, the feedback was that they weren't particularly well signposted.
No, they weren't.
But I think that's also to do with the lack of lighting, but they were literally cardboard. So I think that the defined roles of the tents were perhaps not adhered to as well as they perhaps should have been.
I do think I preferred the tents last year for the play.
Yes, because these were essentially glamping tents, whereas the orgy tent last year, whilst it didn't look particularly sexy because it was basically an open marquee with mats on the floor and beanbags.
Yeah.
It meant that it felt more open and it was an orgy tent.
Yeah.
And it was doing exactly what it said on the tent.
Yeah.
But they got plenty of use. Other observations from this year that I noticed: massive increase in the number of very, very pretty young bi and gay boys.
Yes.
Up from last year.
Yeah.
Last year felt very het. This year, not so much.
I think so. We've had a bit of a discussion. Actually, I think it was me. I don't think you were there for this conversation. I had a conversation with somebody about how the swinging scene can sometimes be very biphobic and homophobic and that kind of thing. And having people like Gutter Slut and Kari from
Lifestyle
Lounge, thank you. Really promoting the LGBT community in the swinging areas and community has really brought people out. People who want to do it but are scared to be there in their bi or gay selves. So having them promoting it and being like, this is a space for everybody, is giving people the oomph to get out and do it more.
I don't know how comfortable I would have felt in 2024 wearing a catgirl outfit.
Yeah.
This time, and when I say that, I'm not saying that I felt unsafe, but I think that people would have seen it as a novelty rather than the amount of people this year that were like, oh my god, you two look fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And meaning it rather than being like, oh, he's funny, he's in a dress.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh my god, you guys are so cute.
Yeah. I also think that it's aged down this year. I think the average age reduced slightly this year,
Yeah.
just by a touch.
Yeah.
And I think that's brought a more progressive attitude
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. But even like older people, like the guy that was up a couple tents from us when we were walking up in our costumes, told you how pretty you looked in your dress.
Oh, he was such a treasure.
Yeah.
Like, he glazed me up every time I walked past.
Yeah.
And he was so friendly. And I was like, what have you been up to? And he's like, I've just been by the tent, like, the whole time. I was like, I just really like the atmosphere. And this is what I say by, it can be whatever you make it.
Yeah. This is the beauty. Like, people will go on and on and on about how, like, you know, the swingers are all just rife with STIs and all of this stuff. And it's like the whole point of the swinging community and the alternative lifestyle communities is to let people be who they want to be. You can show up to Swingathon fully dressed. You can walk around completely naked. You can walk around in a cat girl outfit. You can walk around in a jock all weekend, which you saw several times.
Yeah, it was very queer friendly this year,
Yeah.
but with the entertainment as well.
Yes.
Like, talking about the entertainment, on Saturday night, excellent band called the Hound Dogs.
Yes.
Who
I was a little hesitant when they first started. They were phenomenal.
But I think that was also because they were doing like a history of rock and roll set. So they started off with the 1950s stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this going to be it? Is it going to be like a saga cruise? They got your favourite pop acts and did it in a rockabilly style. And they were fucking brilliant. And the double bass player was amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fire artists on the Friday night.
Oh my god, I was so into it. So into it. So I have always been a little bit of a pyro. In a safe manner, of course. But I love fire. As soon as I see it, it catches my attention. And this act was a bit of like a fire kink act where there was a woman whose back was being lit on fire continually. This is what Dan likes to call varsity kink. Don't do this shit at home if you don't know what you're doing.
Don't get some lighter fluid in a fucking electrical cable, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. No. Super, super cool. I would love to go and actually really watch a scene like that again.
Did you hear about the strap-on play with fire?
Yes, I was just going to bring this up. We have another friend, a couple that are friends.
Char and Paul, and they run another podcast.
Yes, it's By Proper Swingers.
We'll link it.
Yeah, we'll link them in. They did a fire pegging.
Yeah.
And it was like we didn't get to see it because
we didn't really spend a great deal of time around the fetish stuff because I think we were just busy away doing other things.
We were socializing.
And we were socializing.
We were just socializing. Yeah, and so they did a fire pegging, and the pictures and the video that I saw were so cool.
I know that Char it was her first time doing it, and she was glad she didn't have an audience because she was nervous, which is to be expected. And I also think if you aren't nervous doing that kind of play, then that may lead to complacency, and that's when accidents happen.
Yeah.
So fully fucking correct to be nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super hot though.
If you can recall, we put a message out saying if people want to send us anecdotes, testimonials and everything, we said send them through. If you want to send us voicemails, you want to send us messages, emails, however you want to do it. We did get a dirty little 3 a.m. voicemail from UK Swinging Lifestyle by Proper Swingers.
Yes.
You will hear their testimonial about the festival towards the end when we do that part. However, I have clipped out the bit where they were talking about the fire pegging because I don't think we can describe it in the words that need to be described.
Their experience, let them explain it.
Exactly.
So, this is my lovely Paul.
This is my lovely Charlotte.
We are from UK Swinging Lifestyle podcast. We just come here to give you a brief explanation of the fire pegging that we did at Swingathon. It wasn't planned.
No, it was completely random because I know my wife and she's always random.
It was completely random, like stupidly random. So basically,
There was a lovely expert that was doing examples of
yeah,
fire play.
he was a fire performer. He performed live on the stage last year and he did again this year, and he's absolutely phenomenal. And I was absolutely pooping myself. I think because I had filled myself up with female hormones to hold off my period, I'd lost kind of some of my dominant masculine energy. So my confidence levels was nowhere near as high as they would have been if I hadn't filled
So
myself
I
up
needed
with
to
hormones.
lift you.
Yes, and it really cheered me
I
up.
needed to inflame your ardour.
And it really did cheer me up. So it was late at night. We did miss. It wasn't late. It was the sun was setting.
It was just getting dark. Good for pictures.
Yeah, it was lovely for pictures, and we got some really good footage and stuff. And to be fair, we can't wait to talk. We can't wait till we can get on our podcast to talk about it. But it was definitely interesting. It was a completely new experience for both of us. It's not something we have not done before.
No, it was lovely.
And basically, any way to describe it is the handle bit of a whip. That kind of, what's the material would you call it?
Hemp, some kind of wound braided rope-like fabric. And
he basically put a condom on one end, and obviously we got pointed position, and he initially did it himself, and obviously the bit that's lit up isn't the bit that's been inserted into Paul.
Yeah, obviously you have the handle end.
Yeah.
I have the condom end, and then the bit between
is lit up.
It is absorbent and therefore can take paraffin.
Did it feel warm, Paul?
I felt a little bit of warmth.
There's a bit of warmth there, but you didn't feel it near your arsehole.
I didn't get a ring of fire.
There's a ring of fire. And then I was standing there trying to look sexy in my latex, and you can just tell I was scared. The fear on my face, I couldn't even hide it. Like there was no hiding the fear on my face.
I wasn't scared until he said, "Do you want to go?"
Yes, and then my face lit up like a Christmas tree, and I was like, "Yes, I'll do it." So he helped me to wet my hair and got me ready and explained the rules to me and said, obviously don't let it get too close to anything. And he said, he had all the fire equipment, he had all the
extinguishers and things.
He had the fire blanket to hand. It was all. All the rules were done absolutely beautifully. And yeah, it was my turn. It was interesting. I'm not going to lie. Because it's so hard, I did get carried away. I'm not going to lie. I was properly fucking your ass. But at the same time, I was having to be so mindful. The whole scenario was forcing me to be super mindful because, of course, I didn't want to set you on fire. To be fair, you had no hair. You'd shaved yourself an inch of your life before we left.
I'm so glad I've prepared for the festival.
Yeah, so there's no way anything on his body could have got set on fire. But yeah, no, it was a good experience. It was such an eye-opening experience as well as an ass-opening.
It wasn't my eye that was open.
I'm going to level with you. What they did was very brave within the safety parameters. It's one of those things where I'm like, that looks impressive as fuck. Definitely not for me.
I'm definitely a bit of a pyro. I'm definitely too scared to jump into fire play at the moment, but I could see myself getting there eventually. I do wish that I had been able to watch them because I think it's so cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Might be worth seeing if we can get a fire play guest at some point.
Yeah, I hope so. She and Paul are very, very pretty.
Any other things that we missed that we should talk about? Oh, the quiz on Saturday was good. Kerry hosted the quiz.
Yeah. There was also a butt plug bingo game.
Yep. Which nothing was inserted.
No. So
I was disappointed. I was wanting to be a gaping little boy for a good hour and then walk around all day dispensing looby farts. That was what I was wanting. It didn't happen.
No. So the butt plugs were the prizes in the butt plug bingo, which is also fun. That's fine. It's a good prize. I think it was Saturday night they had the Fuck Machine karaoke.
That was on Friday.
Was that Friday night? Okay. Oh, it was Friday night. Yeah, they had Fuck Machine karaoke. We didn't go in, but you could hear it from where we were, and they sounded like they were having a great time.
The Spicy Match tent was doing numbers this year.
Yeah, they were. They did really, really well this year.
It looked active. Like, we didn't really spend a great deal of time in there because it was also incredibly loud.
Yeah.
With the music playing.
Yeah.
They also hosted a women's only orgy, so shout out to that.
Yeah.
Like, without the need for a male gaze.
Yeah. See, this is my problem. Is last year they tried to plan one. Just a bunch of the girls tried to plan a orgy for the girls.
One did go on in a fashion, from what I understand.
Yeah, but everybody was interested until all the guys started pitching in and
I want to watch.
yeah,
Why can't I watch?
yeah, and then it was just like, I'm
Fuck
sorry,
off.
my
It's not for
sexuality
you.
is not for your entertainment. Let me just fucking enjoy being a little slut with the girls.
The boys from Fuck Me Merch seem to do an excellent job of doing some pretty intentional bi-focused orgies as well. So let's give a quick shout out to the vendors. Fuck Me Clothing were everywhere. They have some very nice stuff, and it's also really reasonably priced.
Yeah. They had a couple jocks that were like, the colors of them were beautiful, and I think I might be getting you a few for your birthday that are actually presents for me.
In the same way that the hoodie is for us.
Yes.
Yeah, got you.
Except I will not be also wearing the jocks. Let's be admiring your ass in them.
So Ethan Nallard, run Fuck Me Clothing.
Yes.
Beautiful boys.
Beautiful. Very friendly.
And then Loose from It's For My Friends.
Yes.
They had the unicorns.
Yes. Probably the cutest little fucking toys I've ever seen in my life. You will be getting pictures.
All their toys look like unicorns or some sort of...
like a narwhal.
The narwhal one was so cute. So each unicorn is a different colour and it has a different function.
Yeah.
So one's got a tongue, another one's got a sucker for clip work. You got a seahorse because it is a double ender.
Yep.
Which is very cute.
It's very cute. And it's phenomenal.
It's great.
It's y'all have heard me talk about my rose that I got last year, and this might be rivaling my rose.
Also the fact that Unihorn does its own water-based lube.
Yep.
And it's called Water Slide.
Yep.
And it's got a picture of a unicorn in a rubber ring. The marketing, the brand identity is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so fucking cute. And also the lube is really good.
The lube is excellent.
I think it may have converted me to water-based lubes.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like it.
They were great. Barrel of Pain.
We mentioned, had the sweaters, t-shirts.
And then all the hitty things.
All the hitty things.
Anything that we would like to see improved next year?
I would like to see some better lighting at nighttime, especially for like in the arena, the lighting was fine because the stage was lit up.
There's disco lights going on and everything, yeah.
In the outer corners where the toilets are and that kind of thing, it could get pretty dark.
Some floods above the cubicles would be great.
Or even just lights in the toilets. Fine.
Just some solar powered boys, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly fine. I would like to see maybe another shower block to help reduce the strain on the other ones.
Yep.
Some better because there wasn't any hand washing facilities this year.
There was alcohol gel.
Yes.
In the toilets.
Yeah.
If you had the presence of mind to look in the specific area where it was.
Yeah. So I knew it was there. I used it. I still wish I could have washed my hands.
So I didn't know it was there until I saw people rubbing their hands when they came out, and I'm like, have they literally washed their hands with their own piss? And then did a better look and realised that there was alcohol rubbing gel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As somebody who does have some food sensitivity issues, I would like to see some more
I think they did
variety.
an excellent job with the food options this year.
Yeah, but you're not somebody who struggles with food intolerances.
No. However, one or two more wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Graham from Baker Medic.
Okay. That man.
The hardest working man in swing catering crossover.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm going to say probably one of the largest men I've ever seen.
Very tall.
Very tall man. You're going to see him a mile away. Very friendly man.
Yep.
He's so friendly, so nice. His baked goods are amazing. He catered to the gluten intolerance.
Yep.
Which is hard to do when you are a home bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can be really, really hard to do that. So props to him for that. Also, was it a ringleader costume he was wearing at one point?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was a great outfit.
So good.
I didn't recognise him at first. Well, actually, tell a lie, I did, because there's not many people that tall at that festival. However, I had to be like, Is that our Graham? And if you get the blind date reference, then let me know. info@sexcentricpodcast.com. I'll send you something.
Yeah. Anyway, he looked really great. Brownies were phenomenal.
Yep.
So good. But I would like to see some food options that are at least gluten friendly. Like the pizza place could have done a gluten-free base.
Having worked in catering, the cross-contamination possibility is wild.
Oh, no, it would happen. But, like, if you were celiac, that's not going to work for you. If you're intolerant, it could probably be okay.
Also, if you're a celiac, you're probably going to be bringing your own food.
Yeah. Like, I brought my own snacks. I brought some buns, and we had bacon at one of our friends' place the first morning, Friday morning.
Yeah. The Mexicans did us a delicious bacon sanger.
I would really like to see some more kink brought to it. And from the looks of the group chats, that's in the works already.
I think just give the Kinksters the key to the kingdom and they will be able to make their own devious plans.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be really good next year. I hope we can come next year.
Me too. You've spoilt the question. The ultimate question is, will we be back next year? And the answer to that is, God willing, absolutely fucking yes.
Yes. Yeah. If we can make it, we will.
Event-wise, I don't know if there needs to be some more forced fun, because the one thing that I did notice this year, and perhaps it wasn't so noticeable last year, there were a lot of couples that went and then they were just too nervous. And that was something that was communicated. Oh, yeah, we just kind of stayed by the tent. We didn't really speak to anybody. But I suspect that these people are probably very new to the scene. So maybe something like a couple speed dating event or something like that.
Yeah. But also, if you're really nervous, you're not going to want to get on stage or do anything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But they did have a newbies info session.
Yeah, true.
So,
but that was on a Thursday and a lot of people didn't turn up until the Friday.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah. I also think that's, like I say with my prick, you got to take your personal responsibility to get out there. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm a very shy person and I'm very nervous about putting myself out there. But if you want to have fun, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm. Embrace rejection is what I would say.
Yeah.
I also think a shuttle bus of some type to and from the festival grounds, from the train station, the nearest train station, would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And you can monetize it. It's also, a taxi is laughably cheap. However, getting out of the arena was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the person who we refer to as Trent Reznor. Why? Because he's got a 9-inch cock.
Okay, yes.
I'm not giving the rest of his name. For dropping us off at the train station after Kari ate shit on the way out.
Yeah. And we were leaving and Dan's like, no, it's fine, we'll walk. And I was like, okay, we'll walk. And as we're walking, I was in sandals and I was like, I know I'm going to fall. I know what's going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen. And that's why I carried everything that I possibly could.
Yeah. Yeah. So I knew it was going to happen. And I was just like, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So yes, lovely person was on his way back from dropping somebody else off at the station.
Yep.
Saw us and was like, all right, in you go. Took our bags from us, put them in the boot. Used one of his t-shirts from the back of his car. Wiped me down.
And then picked up another refugee on the way out as well.
Yeah, dropped us off. Also.
Important to note at this point, it was also fucking bouncing it down with rain.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Yeah. But as we say, this is the point of this community, is that it is community. You help each other, you have a good time. But it's the community part of it that draws me in. Because he absolutely did not have to do that.
100% not, no. The only other thing that I would like, possibly, is to see an extension to Sunday. Some people have said I want it to be a week-long event. I absolutely do not want it to be a week-long event. I would die.
Do you know what? If it was like a week-long camp, and then the events start on Thursday night, I think I would be okay with that.
A bit like Glasgow kind of thing.
Yeah, like you go in, you settle in earlier in the week, you have a good couple nights that are quiet, and then the festival starts.
Yeah, I would be totally open to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, paying that additional uplift to have that additional day, and then everybody gets out on the Monday.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this year, as opposed to last year, was that Sunday there was still stuff open. So the shower blocks were still going. Mm-hmm. You could still get a breakfast. You could still get a coffee. Some people were still in the hot tubs, which had basically turned to soup at that point.
Yeah. So we get up it was at 7:00 on Sunday morning to go shower, and there were people in the hot tubs, and I was like, I don't know if these people got up early to go get in the hot tubs, or if these people haven't gone to bed yet.
Could have been. So the main arena never shuts, really, does it? It just the event ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the entertainment stops at 3.
Yeah.
And then if you want to stay and party, you can. Yeah. Set up your own speaker, have your own music, or just talk to people.
Yeah. I suppose we need to kind of give a bit of a roll call, like very quick thank you rundown for making it such an amazing event.
Yeah.
So Matt and Stacey, t'other Matt, who is also very much involved as a year-long concern.
Yeah.
Everybody at check-in. Very special mention to the shop wanker at the registration. She works incredibly hard.
She does. I mean, they all work incredibly hard.
Yeah. T&C.
Mm-hmm.
They're always there. They're always fucking busy.
Yeah.
She's an excellent kisser. Char and Bry.
Yeah.
Char and Paul for always being there and volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
The Mexicans. Mm-hmm. The next door neighbours.
Yes.
H&A.
Yeah. All of the vendors.
We met so many people. We always meet so many people.
Yeah.
We bumped into the couple that we had our first ever full swap with.
Yes. Yeah, they managed to get there this year, which is nice.
They went on our recommendation, and I'm glad that it didn't disappoint them.
But I want to specifically thank Matt and Stacey and Matt for taking on people's feedback.
Especially when the feedback is sometimes not delivered in the most constructive manner.
Yeah. I feel like last year they got bombarded with...
They got bombarded, emotions were high, people were tired, people were hot and bothered.
So yeah, props to them.
Spicy Match, Wolf and Kitten.
Yes.
Had a good chat with them both. Untamed Nights in Bournemouth.
Thank you.
We had a good chat with them.
Yes, they're lovely.
Yep, and they're now doing their own thing down the south coast.
Yep.
Brilliant. The Travelling Weekenders were there. They weren't hosting. It was actually really refreshing to see them just chilling out for a change.
Yep. Because every time we've been to an event, they're usually the ones hosting it. And they're on the go constantly. So it was nice to just see them in their natural state.
Which Josh is effectively the embodiment of Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Just bouncing
around everyone. If you can pin Josh down and have a conversation with him, it's amazing. And Dee's always lovely.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see them around.
Yeah.
And Kerry from the Lifestyle Lounge, she really is just hosting personified, isn't she? She is a ball of energy. She says exactly what she thinks.
Uh-huh.
She's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah. I'm a bit of an astrology person, and I always think people born under the sign have similarities.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah. Kari and I have the same fucking birthday, and you couldn't find two different people.
I couldn't imagine you doing what Kari does, and I couldn't imagine Kari doing what you do. Absolutely fucking not.
No, I think it would just drain me too much. That woman is just a bundle of energy. She's constantly going, constantly working, works her ass off. Yeah. Props to her.
I've got a slut for doing the programming for a lot of the main stage acts. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal outfits this year.
Oh,
I think she outdid herself.
Yeah. Looked really good. That bubblegum pink outfit.
Yeah.
Super fucking cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
As we're coming to the end of the podcast, in which we have talked an awful lot about the logistics and I mean, you could one could level the criticism that we've bragged a little bit about what we got up to and the food that we ate.
Do you know what? It's a good time. I'm not.
If you have been here for this long, we do have a little surprise because the festival was ultimately about seeing old friends and making new ones. And the podcast now has a friend. It's for my friend, the toy shop that you bought the unicorn from.
Yes.
They gave us a discount code for their shop. I fulfilled your 6-month plan dream of getting us a custom code for a sex toy shop. So if you go to itsformyfriend.com, look at all the amazing toys they've got, all the unicorns, they sell loads of other stuff as well. And if you at checkout enter the promo code Sexcentric25, you get 25% off your basket.
Yeah. I'm so excited that they agreed to work with us on that because I'm a big fan of the toy. Yep. Big fan. I'm going to promote it just as much as I promote my Rose.
And Lucy's amazing as well. She's so lovely.
Lovely.
If you just want to copy and paste the code, we'll put the code in the show description.
Yes.
As we said before, we do have a couple of testimonials. So UK Swinging Lifestyle talks about the fire pegging. They also added a little bit at the end to talk about their experience of the festival, and they've been going for years. So without further ado, take it away, Char and Paul, UK Swinging Lifestyle podcast.
The whole festival was just so phenomenally well thought out and planned, and I think Matt
welcoming. It was nice to see everybody again and so many new faces.
Yeah, Matt and Stacey did such a good job. Honestly, he had such a good team behind him, and there was a good 20% of people at that festival that hadn't been before, that'd been a lifestyle for a little bit, and kind of kept to themselves and did a lot of socialising. And we actually had a couple come up to us and was like, should we even be here? We want to be on the dance floor naked, but we don't really want to have sexual relations with other people. And we were like, absolutely. Why should you not be here?
Our standard advice, take it slow, find out your boundaries, work out what you like, work out what you do not like, and just do it as a couple or do it as individuals or do it where you want. Don't push further than you want to, but this is a hobby.
Exactly,
we like it.
And take your time. Like with most good things in life, you have to take your time with it. But yeah, bye.
Ta-da.
I don't think I disagree with a single word that they just said.
No, I don't. I mean, they've been there since the beginning, I think. So they've seen it.
Yeah. They've seen it grow.
Yeah.
And they volunteer all the time in the weeks up to the event as well as
at the event itself. Yeah, they were running around like crazy, putting so much work into it as well. So props to them for that.
And we do have another testimonial.
Yes, so I had somebody reach out and it was their first year at Swingathon ever. They're fairly new to the lifestyle in general, so I'm just going to read out their testimonial. So our experience for our first Swingathon and fresh out of the womb totally to this lifestyle community was amazing. Firstly, we felt that this festival was so liberating and free. The atmosphere was something else. Everyone made us feel welcome despite the fact that we weren't going to swing as it's our first time, but everyone we got chatting to gave us such great advice and was awesome. Secondly, seeing everyone respect one another and respect the boundaries and rules was also amazing. Overall, the festival was brilliant, and the community, and we really do wish that this vanilla society will embrace this community. Just imagine a world where body shaming is non-existent and sex is encouraged rather than wrapped under the bed. If the world was a bit more like Swingathon, I actually believe it would be a better place to live in. Swingathon is a place where people need to see and witness in order for them to feel like we did. We will definitely be back in the future. Unfortunately not next year due to us expecting, but the 7th anniversary we will make sure we are there for. So...
Oh, congratulations on your new arrival.
Yeah, so thank you for writing in and congratulations.
And also, it's something that we haven't really talked about. Babe, is there a specific body type that you need to attend Swingathon?
Absolutely not.
The only answer to that is an adult human body.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard this over and over and over by so many people that you go there and you can be a little insecure and a little self-conscious, and then as soon as you get there, everybody is so welcoming and kind, and there's bodies of every shape and size, and everybody's just so open that you can strip off and get into whatever you want to wear and not feel self-conscious about it. Like, you can be a size 4, you can be a size 34. It doesn't matter. Everybody's there for the same thing, and everyone is so open-minded.
We've gone on way too long. Socials.
Reach us at sexcentricpodcast.com.
Email.
Email us at info@sexcentricpodcast.com.
Fetlife.
Sexcentric
Instagram.
is Sexcentric Podcast. If you have any questions or thoughts about Swingathon, if you are thinking of going, please let us know. Let's talk about it. I highly recommend it if you haven't been and you're thinking about it. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to answer.
Yeah. And as I said before, God willing, we will be there next year.
Fingers crossed.
We're going to have to get other matchy outfits next year. We can't recycle them.
No. We're gonna
That would be a faux pas.
Yeah. We're gonna have to have a tickle trunk of costumes.
We could have 3 costume changes. No, it's too much.
No.
No.
We are not doing that.
This is not a Barry Manilow concert. Let's fuck this in the bin.
All right. See you next Tuesday.